Give me Obama calling the Cheesecake Factory to see if there's room, if they can change his party of 8 to 10.
Could we do P.F. Chang's instead?
For sure. What's happened with you and Cheesecake Factory? What happened? Did you used to work there?
No, I just want to do P.F. Chang's.
Hilarious.
Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. It is very good to be calling P.F. Chang's.
Yeah, what do you need?
Well, I would like to change my party, not the Democrat Party, but my dinner party to not just 6 people, but 8 people.
Sure.
Because
and what is it under?
At P.F. Chang's, we believe that I am my brother's keeper. Thank you so much.
I don't think you don't work here, do you?
The Chang's spicy chicken is one of the great chickens I've ever had.
That's debatable.
I'm asking you to believe. It is the belief that while each of us will pursue our own individual dreams,
and what is the name
that
under?
I am my brother's keeper.
Right. I think you already said. What is
Thank
it?
you so much.
Hello?
I would love.
What is the name under?
Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch.
About last night.
Well, if you don't dip it in something, how do you know what it tastes like? Hey guys, Adam Ray here, just having a conversation with myself in my hotel room here in Irvine, California. Oof, what a great weekend of shows. Thanks to everybody that came out. Irvine, I love you. SoCal is where it's at. The shows were packed. The crowds were great. The comics were great. Shout out to Nikki Paris, Kenny Weber, Quincy Weekly, Renee Lancaster for crushing it. And a lot of clips coming. This was a fun weekend for sure. Next weekend, of course, I will be in Reno at the Laugh Factory in Reno, Nevada. You know where it is. Reno, the other Vegas. June 1st through the 4th. Tickets at adamraycomedy.com. And then the weekend after that, Sacramento. Ooh, the Vegas and the NorCal. Nobody says that. Sacramento, the Punchline. One of my favorite clubs. Haven't been there in a minute. June 8th through the 10th. Sacramento, Punchline. Come out and see your boy. And then, of course, big shows in Seattle, baby. June 17th. Triple door. First show is sold out. Second show, some tickets still available. Go out and get them. Can't wait. Gonna be a blast. And then we're doing Portland, Dallas, Phoenix, Fort Lauderdale, Boston, Chicago. A lot of dates. AdamRayComedy.com for all that info. But today isn't about me. It's about our podcast, About Last Night. Thanks for subscribing. Do it right here. Click on that link. Make sure you're up to date with the clips, the episodes, and all that jazz. Get it on Spotify and iTunes if you want to listen to it as well. But watching is way more fun, especially when you got a guest like today. Matt Friend is my guest. You know him as a hilarious comedian, impressionist. He's blowing up specifically on Howard Stern in the last few weeks. Howard Stern has been featuring Matt quite a bit for his impressions of Stern and Trump and so many other greats. And he's a funny dude, and it was a great chat. And we've gotten to know each other pretty well. And he's big things in store for Matt Friend. Follow Matt Friend on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me at Adam Ray Comedy. Follow the podcast at ALN Podcast. Of course, stay subscribed. Tell your friends, tell your lovers, tell your enemies. New merch. Ooh, we got new merch, and it's up on the YouTube page, but I'm going to put some pictures right here. Look at those hats. Look at them beanies. Look at them hoodies. Look at them shirts. Go get them. AdamRayComedy.com or click below the episode. During the episode, they'll be right there in the lower third bar for you. And I think that's it. Oh, the Barbie movie. They released a trailer. You can see my back in it. I'm in the Barbie movie. Cat's out of the bag. I think it comes out July 21st. Can't wait. More stuff coming. Shooting a special soon? All right. Let's get into the episode. Enjoy it. Matt Friend. Guys, welcome back to the show. Live from New York, which is what I feel like you're going to be hearing soon.
You know, if it happens, that would be a dream, but I'm just doing my thing.
Oh, God.
In the meantime.
I feel like you're on the political on the political. I'm just trying to one foot in front of the other.
It's like
just
a guy campaigning for the Oscar. It would be an honor. It's like, give me the show, goddammit. It's like, that'd be amazing. But
is it a dream?
I'm looking at you, by the way, right? My social media handles up until like a year ago was Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And I did that because I was a huge fan of it, like in high school, and I made those names, I believe, when I was like early college, high school. But I love the show. I have a lot of respect for it. And if that ever, for the things I do comedically, it probably similar stylistically, but
people, I think, will see anyone with good impressions and immediately think, you got to be on SNL. Because that's like the place for, I think, impressions that we would, but also, and I've told you this before, Matt Friend, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Friend.
Hello, how are you?
Now, second time on the show.
Yeah.
And passed at the stand. And, your impressions aren't just a quick hit. It's like you can sit in all of them for a while, which is...
That's right.
I don't know if that's... If you had that notion going in, because it is the mark of a good impressionist in my book, where you're not just doing... Like, if I just did a Ray Romano, I feel like, I'm just, my Peloton didn't show up on time. And I'm not going to... I could hold that for a while, but not like... I don't think, riff in his voice as comfortably as I could in a Dr. Phil or something like that. And I feel like with all of yours, you can stay in the pocket with them for a while. Yeah,
I do like a lot of you call it research. It sounds like kind of pretentious, but it's like, sorry, I have like.
You throwing up in your mouth?
I don't even know what. Say that as Dr. Phil one more time.
Are you throwing up in your mouth?
Howard Stern says, "Of course I am." Anyways,
a lot of people don't know that throw up is actually, so if more people, 62% of people drink their own piss,
right,
but 78% of people enjoy the taste of their own throw up. I say throw up instead of vomit.
What's amazing is you as Dr. Phil are somehow even more credible of a doctor than the real Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz is like, look,
this is Dr. Oz. The price of crudité is outrageous. We need to lower it. It's all Joe Biden's fault. I went into Wegmans and I saw the price of the carrots, and it was outrageous.
16 avocados a day will prevent miscarriages.
Yes, you got to raise the eyebrows. It's a Botox. But anyways, back to your point. When I first started doing stand-up and comedy, the first thing I did, I remember it was like an open mic at Second City, right around the corner from my house in Chicago.
Wow.
And I was in like high school, and when
the famous Second City, were you nervous?
Well, when you first go on stage, like you didn't really know what you're doing, like the very first time. So I had some talent, and I did some voices. I didn't have any writing behind it. I would just kind of go like, "Hello, it's Stewie Griffin, feeling fantastic. Hey guys, it's Roger the Alien. Want some crocodiles and pecan sandies, bitch?" And it laughs.
Yes.
I was like a cute Peter Griffin certified CP. I just basically did Family Guy. And then I realized, like, especially throughout the past couple of years, like late, like college and then like pandemic, like the writing is so important. And that is where when I'm doing, because I'm not only doing impressions, but when I am doing an impression, like I need to be able to converse and know stuff about the person. Like, for example, like the Howard Stern one as an example, I was just on his show. I did like Holly Weird Squares.
Talk about that.
I'm not trying to like brag, but I'm saying
you got to.
In that example, though, I had to be really prepared. Like, there's stuff that Howard says, like he's been eating blueberries for breakfast, talking about taking care of his mother. Like different details of his middle name being Svi, or
it makes the impression more authentic if you can back it up
too if you know stuff.
1,000%.
So.
And also, 100%. Even if people don't know those stats or those things that are happening with them, but they probably do if they're fans of him.
That makes them laugh, right? If you just talk.
What's his thing with blueberries?
The blueberries, right? I mean, he eats blueberries. I guess he eats, what is it, chicken pie? I don't even know what he's doing, right? He has some weird diet. Mediterranean diet. That's what he does.
So
it's fucking crazy.
As soon as you start doing...
By the way, on the subject of this, right? I know Dana Carvey, he follows like 7 people on Instagram, which fucks me up because I want him to follow me, right? It fucking drives me crazy. Now, Carvey is fantastic.
He really makes me laugh. He does make me laugh. And what he did with the George Bush impression, he goes, "Not gonna do it." That's what I do with the Howard, because I go, yeah.
Yeah, he started.
I do these noises,
And
right?
he started doing it now.
He doesn't even do this, but it's fun for me to do it, right?
I heard that.
So Dana, we love you. It's
Dana, we
fucking
love
me
you.
up.
I
love him. He's like my favorite.
Is
ever.
Dana your favorite impressionist?
He is. Bill Hader, Dana Carvey, like these are like my guy. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I was an intern at the Tonight Show in college.
Wow.
And there was like one moment where I was in like a corner. I was like getting coffee, and Dana and Jimmy were talking. I was like so afraid, but the three of us were kind of like, he wouldn't have no recollection of this, but I remember it. So we were all like there.
But that's going to be a very cool full circle moment when you go on the Tonight Show for whatever, whether it's a couch or a stand-up.
Yeah.
The Howard stuff
Right.
is crazy because
It's fucking me up.
well, when you first started doing it,
Right.
my first thought was, all right, it's only a matter of time until this guy catches wind of this impression and has you on and features that.
Yeah.
So tell the audience how he found you, and you've been on the show a few times, and you told me at the stand the other night that you're going to go in studio soon. But just shit, because like you're a fan. It's also the guy is very picky. He doesn't just like, you know, hear something and it's they're on the next day. Someone's like, you should have this guy. Like, he definitely has his own filtration system of like, you know, he's just picky. So it's like, for just because you're doing an impression of him that's the best one doesn't mean that it's right, that you're like, oh, of course it's a matter of time. But
no,
like,
it's well, I've been doing that for a few years, and basically what ended up happening was I haven't actually like talked about this yet. It's a crazy story. So I was in my bed about.
Go on.
This was like a month and a half ago, just fully naked, wearing the Howard stuff, pleasuring myself to, hey now. No, I was just sleeping, and it was about 5:45 a.m. I'm in my bed, dead asleep. Comedians are not up that early, typically.
No.
Only people in the entertainment industry that are up that early are named like Robert Iger.
Yeah,
but
or Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, so I'm working on my Bob Iger impression. I'm serious. I bought a cardigan for it. I swear to God.
you're working on a Bob Iger?
Yeah, I have to do it. I have to get everyone. But anyways.
Amazing.
So, yeah, I'm going to be Bob Iger, and then I'm going to like hire you for some huge Disney project and then call you up from some LA number, then fuck with you completely.
Oh my God, that's a great thing. First of all, real quick, before we get into the Howard stuff, have you prank called or called? You know how like
not really.
Jamie Kennedy told me he used to call. First of all, he used to pretend to be his own agent and call casting offices.
I haven't really. That sounds like a story from the 50s.
Totally.
Like,
oh yeah, people did. But have you like called like restaurants really, to get like?
I haven't really. Well, actually, I was the voice on the Access Hollywood tape, so that wasn't really Trump, by the way.
Hilarious.
Yeah, grab him by the pussy, right, folks? That was not him. It was totally me. And Billy Bush got totally screwed from it because it was not actually him.
You can't just grab him like that, can you?
Well, when you're a star, they let you do it, right?
That's hilarious.
You can do anything.
Donald. That's hilarious.
That's what they say. This is why Adam Ray is a great podcast host, because. Like, I'm in the middle of a bit, and he just he builds
baby.
it.
Get in the
I'm
big
like, where
boat.
did this come from?
Yeah.
But
I got a Billy Bush locked and loaded.
But I just met him actually at the Golden Globes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you say, dude? What else did he say on the bus?
I think he was a little freaked out because,
of course.
Well, I said, like, Billy, he got totally screwed. Right? It was totally the low end of the deal, right? But he was a very nice, sweet guy to me, and that was beautiful, right? But anyways, so back to Howard.
God.
I'm in my bed. You're guessing like this is the most chaotic guess we ever had.
You're perfect.
I'm in my exactly. We love the chaos, bitch.
We do.
So I'm in my bed, and I get this call, and thank God my phone wasn't on airplane mode, because if it was, that would have been a disaster. If I missed the call, I would have woken up. Imagine waking up at 10 a.m. and missing this. I would have been devastating. Mehmet Walker, shout out Mehmet, I love you.
Shout out Mehmet.
From the Howard, you know Mehmet from the Stern Show? Fantastic
the name
guy.
sounds familiar.
He kind of actually found me in the first place, so he gets the credit. A couple years ago, we met, and he'd been liking my stuff, and then I get a call. Weeks leading up to that, I'd heard that maybe he might be seeing some of my stuff, but out of nowhere, he's like, Matt, can you talk to Howard now? It's 5:45 a.m. I'm sleeping. I'm not really prepared. I spring out of my bed, like wearing boxers, basically. 90 seconds later, I'm on the air with Howard. It's like 5:50 or something in the morning. I did not know this was happening the night before. And we talked for like 25, 30 minutes. It could have been like a quick thing. He comes down, he's like, so I'm listening to a tape of this kid, right? And it's fucking me up. Because every time I'm talking, I hear I sound like the guy, right? It's fucking me up. And here he is. He's calling in Matthew Friend. Hey now. And I come in. I'm like, hey now, Howard Stern.
You jump right into it.
I jump right in. I can't believe he's into it. And he actually was saying like, I've never really been impressed with anyone who does an impression of me, but this guy, you've got something going on. I think it's like, so I was freaking out.
Blowing your mind.
We had a whole conversation. I did like Andy Cohen. I did some other impressions, and then it happened. And then the Sirius team is incredible. They posted this amazing video clip of it, like where I come in and he's talking to me. Robin's laughing. And then
did you talk to him as you at all, or
me?
Did you say,
But
okay.
a bit. I think I started off with the Howard, and then I did myself, and he was asking like what I do and everything. I'm a comedian.
Amazing.
I was explaining, and he's like, "Are you making a living as a Howard Stern impersonator?" I was like, "Well, I'm not like in Times Square doing you as like an Elmo, but like as like a naked cowboy. It's part of it." But he is the coolest, and like I told this to like the producers there, and I said this to him on the air on Hollywood Squares, which was another insane experience.
Yeah,
it kind of felt like when you see those stories of like a young comedian going on Carson getting like the nod or a wave over to the desk, it kind of felt like that, like a young comedian with like this really established legend approving of what you do. So it was pretty wild.
The moment that you meet someone like that is so you can make a meal of it. You can put it up on a pedestal. So it's almost kind of a blessing that it happens so spontaneously, right?
It really was. I mean, I wonder what I probably would have been freaking out the night before. So I'm actually really happy it happened that way. No, I mean, it was just the coolest.
To talk to him as yourself is a real treat too, because I've only done it a couple times as Johnny Depp, and it was just talking to him as that.
Yeah,
and
it's cool.
And I wanted to break so bad and be like, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Just like I'm great, like that the show, grateful that like he has interest in me.
Have you seen a boost in followers from that?
Yeah, I mean, on Insta, there was definitely like a boost in people knowing who I am, and it adds like I think legitimacy too. And just getting recognized for that, and like when I was at the Golden Globes a few days ago, like people were yelling out like, "Hey now!" Like when I was on the carpet. So like, I think what's really cool specifically about the Stern Show is that. Like I'm 24, but like, so like the reality is like people, it's what's their demo? Like probably a little older, like maybe 40 and above.
Yeah.
But what's cool about it in particular is that I feel like everyone who's cool in the industry, just everyone in general, like listens to this show.
1000%.
And it's just like, cause he's just the fucking best.
And they're lifer fans. And I think they also trust that like, whoever he's again having on or whatever is people. I
mean, he's a legend.
They think their tastes coincide.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so fun. Like when I was on Hollywood Squares, I was kind of wearing the exact same thing as him, and I had like this scarf, and I bought this fake cat, and I was mentioning things that he's been talking about on the air recently. So he's obsessed with talking about Tom Brady. So I'm like, who the fuck is Tom Brady banging now, right? She must be licking his asshole, okay, right? I mean, it's fucking me up, Robin.
Is he just laughing?
He was... By
the way, I love
he was dying, right? And I was like... And I kept interrupting, too. Basically, Hollywood Squares is a segment that they do on the Howard Stern Show. It's like a parody of the classic Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Hollywood. I keep
and a bunch of like Stern Show people.
Ike Barinholtz was. Do you know Ike?
Oh yeah.
So, and the funny thing, that was great. And,
he was loving it.
And I was. I mean, I was like, you did Neighbors for this shit? I mean, what the fuck, right? You were in Neighbors to be with me, the fake Howard Stern.
Oh my God.
And I was asking questions, like just. There was like a fake Liza Minnelli. Is like talking about Frank Sinatra's penis, right? You ever see that? Must have been a massive hog. But and I think he appreciated that I was doing that.
See, because when you know someone, like to be able to riff on stuff like that, that sounds like stuff Howard would ask or say.
Right, you have to do that. You have to do. And I knew whenever I see like a celebrity that I did like a Howard thing with, like I ask them questions like that. So,
and I love that Howard was like, I don't even do that.
I don't even do that, but I like it. I like it.
Because it doesn't sound like something too far off from something
He kind of does. And Dana Carvey I really appreciate how he approaches impressions too. Like he makes it his own in some way, and it makes it so much fucking funnier.
It's also totally, but also that doesn't feel like something he doesn't not do.
He does kind of do that though, right?
Yeah.
Like he does go right. So he does do that.
So you're gonna go in studio.
Well, that's kind of like a goal, yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's like we'll see what happens, right?
We're going to take a look at that. We're going to see what they do and probably available.
Donald, have you been in studio with Stern?
Well, you love that. And you see what
You're great in
Well,
interviews.
excuse me, Stern's a dog, and he knows it. Okay, he used to be a lot funnier, and now he asks me weak
I
questions.
think you're just saying that because he's not a fan of yours
Well,
now.
that's true, but you look at what's happening, and Kanye has many points about it. You talk about the
don't know if
media,
that should be
which
your
is obvious
point
who's
of reference.
running that. So you're going to see what he's doing, and a lot of people are saying that Stern is controlled by those people,
many
right?
people are saying that,
Well, a lot
actually.
of people, and you talk about the
How
people
many
that
people?
are saying it. And actually, so it's beautiful. Mark Saratel.
What's beautiful?
Mark Saratel. We love, excuse me, look at Mark. He's a
Yeah,
great guy.
he's
But
a great
anyways, he
guy.
was on the cabinet. And you see what the supernova. But there's a lot of people that are
one of the
talking
shows
about
he
the
runs, yeah.
different things. And we talk about
What
all
things
the
are you
places.
referring to? What places?
Well, there's a lot of different places.
think
There's
you
that
just say
Chinese
stuff.
restaurant on Sunset. What's the Chinese place called? It's Chin Chin. We love Chin Chin. And it's so we love.
What do you love at Chin Chin?
We love a Chin Chin restaurant. But
What do you
that's
get at
great.
Chin
Well,
Chin?
Chin Chin. You talk about the Kung Fu chicken, which is just totally
It's Kung
fantastic.
Pao chicken, but
Well,
yeah.
that's great. Thank you very
Pronunciation
much,
does-
Jenny. You're a dog.
You ever think that Trump would mention Chin Chin?
Oh my God! I would
Wait,
like.
I got to tell you something about that. I actually, when I'm in LA now, I like need rest. I love Chinese food.
Yeah, me too.
And I was listening to Smartless, and then Will
Yeah.
Arnett was like, Bateman loves Chin Chin, right? Yeah, I love that. Oh my God, Chin Chin. Oh yeah, great. Come on, Bateman, Chin Chin. Yeah. So then I'm in LA the other night. I ordered Chin Chin because of Will Arnett.
Wow, how was it?
It was fucking awesome.
It's a good Arnett.
Chin Chin, come on, Bateman. Yeah, it's fun.
How when you
I love
hear?
doing Will Arnett.
Do you just hear? Like
I'm
you probably
doing
hear
you.
any voice and
Yeah.
you try to just start doing it, or what about the person makes you want to try to impersonate them?
That's a good question.
Because it's going to get to a point where a celebrity is going to, where you're going to be, getting more and more exposure for your talents, and people are going to be like, how come you like do me? And you're like, I don't really have I don't have a Taya Leone, and she's like, fuck you, and you're like, Jesus.
I'm turning my watch off.
Yeah,
sorry.
that's fine.
What if I just sat back here, was like, I got to say, I don't choose the impressions. The impressions choose me.
Say it.
But, a lot of the times I am looking at what's happening in pop culture. We're taking a look at that, right? We're going to take a look at that. But
What do you love about pop culture, Don?
I don't know. We just like how it pops, right? You love when it pops.
Pop
And-
rocks?
Well, you gotta pop the cherry. But anyways, so
We love to pop the cherry, folks. It's so
Jesus.
beautiful.
Oh,
but anyways,
God.
and I love the politics. What I'm doing is like I'll do the actors and I'll do the politicians and I'll do tech people,
Yeah.
some athletes. So I'm going for global impression domination.
Your Andy Cohen is so good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's really, and
Oh my God, thank you. You're so cute, by the way.
I just did was a
Yes.
bartender on a show
I
about a month
know.
ago.
You mentioned me?
And yeah, I
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. You totally did.
I did.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, do you know Matt Frain does a great impression? He's like, oh, yeah, that guy's funny.
He said that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He said that?
Yeah. You saw him in the video. He loved you.
Well, if I'm so funny, why doesn't he call me to
Oh,
bartend?
bro, he doesn't book it.
Well, maybe he should. I'd rip Bishotsky with him in the clubhouse.
Oh, bro, I was trying to get Hammer on that show.
Wait, so he actually said that?
Yeah.
God, I love that guy.
He was it's such
said
a
I'm funny.
machine.
Yeah, I know.
When you
I'll
approached
tell
him,
you what else is a big machine, right? The top of my car. This guy does Mullen voices. He's kind of goofy.
for those of you that didn't see the
Yeah.
first podcast
Yeah.
that Matt and I did, we did it over
Yeah.
Zoom, and we did a Howard Phil pod the whole time.
It was the best.
And
It was the
We
funniest.
got to do another one of those where we actually
should.
got to do another one in LA. Where
Are
I
you
get,
in LA next week at all?
Yeah.
Then we should do like a 10-second
but I want to
thing.
get in like the full prosthetic, and I want to get a real nice set like this.
No, because they would. I mean, God willing, if we do a funny thing, maybe they'll play it on the air. 'cause That would
1,000%.
be really funny.
But to get in the full the makeup and you with the wig and really like and
It'd be
and,
fantastic.
and do a full like interview, like almost like those variety
That would
roundtable
be-
things,
I'd like to do it with you at live on stage somewhere
That's a fucking great
at the
idea.
store or something.
That's
I
a
don't know if
great.
they have
No,
it.
that's a great idea.
I would do it.
We should do a pod thing first and kind of
should
like
totally
put
do
clips
that.
up and see how it's
Right.
like kind of viewed. And
We
then
should do that.
Um,
It's gonna get like the most views anybody's seen. Mitch McConnell.
But wait, but Mitch, I was just in Kentucky and I had some bourbon. Have you ever had the Kentucky bourbon? I know
I only have the bourbon that was made by white people.
Oh God.
Now, hang on a second.
Well, there's.
I respect Americans,
Do you?
but not African Americans.
Yikes.
Scooby-Doo,
Oh,
yes.
well, saying Scooby Doo after a racist comment doesn't make it better, Mitch.
Scoobity boop.
Nope, you can't just say it again and think I'm going to.
Scoobity-doo.
All right, that was funny.
Now that's that's another thing about. So if Dana Carvey ever does listen, I invented this noise for McConnell.
Yeah.
Every time I say anything as him, like for example, I have this bit that McConnell adds 9 H's to a word that begins with an S or a C. So like this is how he would say the words New York City. He'd just be like, New York City. Scoobity boop boop, scoobity doo. I invented this tagline.
You made him likable.
Scoobity doo, yeah.
When you make a villain likable with an impression, I mean, first of all, yeah, the chin thing is really appropriate.
Yeah, it really is.
He also, what about that guy stood out?
I mean, what
He's
didn't?
a great guy,
What
first
didn't
of all.
stand out?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
Jesus.
look at his face.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's so gross, like physically, that it's hysterical. It's almost like I love like Jim Carrey on Carson. He did this Leonid Brezhnev, like.
Oh yeah.
He would kind of contort his face.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, like, when I do my first late night set, hopefully this year, fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, put it out there.
Manifest things.
Put it out there.
I will do some stuff like that. And McConnell's out of the time. I actually have this bit on him too. I'm like, I was doing a set last night, and I was like, anybody here single? I'm on a date right now, actually. And the reason I'm doing my Mitch McConnell impression with my date here is because nothing turns women on more than Mitch McConnell. Just the way he always looks like he's holding in so much diarrhea at all times. It's just such a turn on.
He has his voice is. There are certain voices like that just stand out right away. Where you're like, you don't sound or look like a real person.
No,
you feel like something that was made in a lab.
He's totally fake, like a dog, right? He's a total dog.
Well, Mitch is a big.
Dana Carvey. Sorry,
Mitch is a big fan of you, Don.
Oh, he totally is. We love that. We love Ross Perot.
Sure.
China.
What about Ross from Friends?
Well, we love Ross too, and Rachel. And first of all, you talk about Chandler Bing, who was such a, and the book is fantastic. The drug use was out of control, right?
Yeah, you were a big pill guy, right?
Well, there's a lot of pills. My brother, I said I wouldn't do it. My brother Fred said I shouldn't do it, and that's what we did. Thank you very much.
What's your favorite pill to do, Don?
Ron DeSantis.
He has pills.
It's just a pill, and it's so great, right?
Oh, it's Ron DeSantis. Oh, that's DeSantis does have his own type
so
of
basically
Viagra,
he's
right?
over here. That was a pivot to the new one, DeSantis, who no one's doing. But in Florida, we know that it's so gay to not like me. So if you don't like me, you must be gay. And we need to censor those who don't. And frankly, that's a disgusting question.
And Ron, you don't like that they're teaching in schools kids about like non-binary and like gender fluid.
Well, first of all, I see what you're doing. You're trying to trap me, and it's disgusting what you're doing.
Just asking a question.
And the binary, we're going to see what they're going to do, but it's really disgusting, and Floridians should be very upset with you with the question.
Gay marriage, thoughts on that?
I believe if it's a happy marriage, sure, but the other context, absolutely not.
So I think no, we also would have accepted.
Anyways, DeSantis doesn't yes and.
He is a man, and that's an impression. Do you ever find where you do an impression and then people start getting like they go, just stop. I hate that guy so much. Stop. I there's nothing funny I can listen to about that person, because then that's the challenge of how do I make someone that's unlikable likable, right?
If that's the case, then like it's the same with stand-up though. Like, well, there's some topic, maybe people don't want to hear it. I don't know.
New York audiences are pretty
that's true.
open, right?
They're pretty open, right? Like the LA ones are about their sexualities.
When you're accosting people on the street, like Liv Schreiber, I think is a fucking legend.
That's great.
I also love his voice.
That's true.
The way he narrates all the hard knocks.
That's right.
You know,
that's true.
The Rams will have to start the season without Cam Akers.
That's great. That's right.
But this season provides more tension than normal.
Well, the Liev is very fun because what happens is with Liev Schreiber, he has a couple of different modes to his voice. So first of all, you got to raise your eyebrow up here like this. Liev Schreiber. Now, there's the Ray Donovan Liev Schreiber, very deep voice, like bunch, fuck you, Mick. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Okay. And then there's the high-pitched Liev Schreiber hosting Saturday Night Live on a talk show. Goes, hi, it's Liev Schreiber. It's so great to be here right now hosting Saturday Night Live. It's a dream come true. Thank you so much.
What is that little noise he does?
That's so great. It's like a laugh. Okay. Fuck you, prick.
Do you ever see him in Ransom with Mel Gibson?
That's great.
Did you like making that movie, Liv? Liev
I don't
or
care
Liv?
for Mel, but I
Is it Liv or Liev?
Well, it's up to you.
Well, I say Liv Tyler, but it might be Liev Tyler.
I would say live your dreams.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's great. Fuck you, you prick. when I met him, I was doing in the most recent video I did with him. He goes, "My Boston, my Boston,
Yeah.
my Boston."
He was loving it though.
Yeah, he's the best.
People need to follow Matt on TikTok and the gram.
He is the coolest.
You first of all, living in New York, celebs are a part of the sidewalk.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no. So when you're truly just bumping into these people, you're not hitting them up
There's
saying,
an
"Hey,
app. It's called Find My Celeb Phone.
fuck you."
I
No.
stalk these people.
For real?
No.
I'm very gullible.
No.
Like when you saw John Oliver. Well, let's just say Liev.
The story?
Yeah.
Well, it is crazy because I just did my first full hour. Like it's been tightened like a dog, and kids, it's a problem. And I tell a lot of the stories of meeting celebrities that I do within the hour. And John Oliver was a fun one. And this could only really happen in New York. I was at a comedy club on the Upper West Side Comedy Club. We were in the same show. Show ends. He's off stage. I'm off stage. He's walking out, and
You're like, I got to do it. You'd already done a bunch
you
at this
gotta
point.
shoot your shot.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you why I'm thrilled I did at the end of this. But I go up to him. I'm like, Mr. Oliver, I'm a big fan. I was wondering if I can get a picture. He goes, okay. And then I take it a step further, and I think he must think I'm a psychopath because I had my John Oliver glasses on me. So next thing I know, I raise my phone out and I just go, "Good evening and welcome to Last Week Tonight on the Street. Who better to do this with then?" And he goes, "Honestly, it's not bloody bad." And I'm like, this must happen to you all the time. And he goes, "Honestly, it's the first time it's happened, and I do rather hope it's the last." And then
It was amazing.
I post the video, it blows up, and then the next day I get a bunch of texts and calls like, "Oh my God!" And Carson Daly's talking about young comedian Matt Friend does a video with Jennifer on the sidewalk. So that was just crazy.
Gotta shoot your shot.
You got to do that.
You've all at 24. Where did you develop that sentiment? Is it just do you just have this I don't know, man, I got one shot at trying to make a career for myself, or have you always at 15 and 16 was this shoot your shot attitude being implemented, or what did you?
I don't know. I think going for it is what's key. Like when you have those opportunities you don't know when it's going to come around again necessarily.
What do you think gets in people's way? Because that's easier said than done to just go, there's John Oliver, I do an impression. I think it's good enough for him to, not be. You're also, I don't know. I think intent is key in any sort of spontaneous interaction.
Yeah,
when people are like, I don't want to go up to that person. I'm like, well, if you're going up and you're just being a dick or you're super nervous,
no, you can't do that.
You have to be. There's a balance between.
You have to be cool about it.
Cool and assertive.
You're not I'm such a. You have to. You
have a short amount of time to
chill,
get in there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, and you being on the show, is a helpful in, right? Because you're both there and you're
that's a helpful in that I'm a comedian,
Yeah.
I'm not just some random person in the audience.
And if there's not a lot of people around, to me is always good.
Yeah, that's the beauty of New York. I think in New York, it's just kind of a different mentality. And someone that all relates to what's happening in my career right now. I don't think it could happen anywhere else at this stage in my career, just these different run-ins, and it's crazy.
And some of them now have seen, when you interviewed Austin Butler.
That was the craziest. Oh my God.
So all these things, the impressions videos, doing more sets, things are just kind of as it should, growing organically. And then you get a call from your reps that are they want you to interview on the Globe.
No, it's something I've really wanted to do for a while, and we were able to make it happen with Dick Clark Productions, who produces the Golden Globes and the best, and they had me come out there and I did the red carpet for the show, and what's crazy about it is there was some other TikTok and I'm just gonna mute this, I'm sorry.
No,
there was
good.
some other TikTok and social media people there, but it wasn't guaranteed that anything was gonna happen. Just because I'm on the carpet, there's a lot of people that get the priority interviews, Access Hollywood, whatever. Billy Bush, we love Billy Bush.
Mario Lopez is
so
first
people
in line.
are walking by, especially the biggest stars. They're walking by, they're being ushered by a bunch of, much like I'm sure it is with you on Pam and Tommy.
Publicists.
Just a bunch of people.
Are they putting it on you to have to corral people, or do they have somebody there?
I had to do it. My manager was with me filming, and I was like, I gotta just fucking do this, and I have no regrets. I had a hit list of people I wanted to get. It was a crowded carpet, and it was surreal. It was unbelievable. and I got a lot of people I wanted to do, like most people. And then
Who comes through first that you shoot a shot with?
Henry Winkler was the first one that we did. And I did like my Bill Hader impression because he's on Barry with him.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, man. It's great to be here with you. Really exciting. Yeah, On the Waterfront's a great movie, by the way. Frank Sinatra, really exciting.
That's a great Bill Hader.
Okay.
I've known Bill Hader my whole life. I love being on Barry. My son Max is a director now.
Did you watch the video or no?
I know Henry. I've known Henry since I went to college with his son.
Wait, did you watch the video?
I've seen it. Shut your mouth. I've seen it. Shut your mouth. Bill is a great man. He's a funny man, but he's a good man.
First of all, that's basically exactly what he said, minus the Trump "shut your mouth." And I also love the idea of a really mean Henry Winkler.
Yes, because I'm filming The Rain. You're interrupting, but I'll tell you this: Happy Days was a great show. Ron Howard's gone on to do many things, and he will continue to do them. All the best. All the best. It was very nice to meet you. Shabbat shalom.
He's not even Jewish.
He is.
I thought he was Italian.
We'll be right back.
Wait, is he Jewish or Italian? I'm kidding. I heard a rumor that he's like, is he Italian or is he Jewish?
He's definitely Jewish, but I don't think the two are mutually exclusive.
Hang on. Henry Winkler, Jewish?
See,
This on the web.
Okay, we're good. Thanks, Henry. Because I watched some interview with him for like the Jewish Journal. He was like being really Jewishy, and I was like, okay, we're good then. That's good.
He is. He's
Okay,
the sweetest
good.
man. The first time I met Henry, and I've said the story before, his son Max, we were in the same fraternity at USC, API, and Henry comes in, and it's middle of the afternoon. There's nobody really around. And he's got a bag of clothes, and he goes, "Excuse me." And I go, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" And I hadn't met him yet, but I knew, that he would probably come around at some point. He goes, "I'm looking for my son, Max." I go, "It's not around right now, but can I help you out?" "I'm Henry Winkler." I go, "I know who you are." And he goes, "Of course you do." And then he smiles and he goes, "I have a bag of laundry for my son, Max. I would like to get it to you to gift to him." I go, "I got you, Henry, no problem." He reaches out and then he pulls it back. He goes, "You're not going to do anything funny with it, are you?" I go, "What?" He goes, "I'm in a fraternity. You're not going to shit on his clothes, are you?" I go, "You have my full Adam Ray promise. There will be no poop on Max's clothes." He goes, "Awesome." Hands it to me and goes, "All the best." Takes off. I mean, the guy did the pod over COVID. He let me intern for him on Hollywood Squares when he was producing it with Martin Mull.
The Hollywood Squares.
The Hollywood Squares.
You're Henry Winkler's intern.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned you.
Oh, yeah. I email with him probably every other month because he just goes right out the gate. He goes,
Adam.
He goes,
"Hello?
Yes.
I'm a big fan of yours."
Yeah.
I have to work on him.
Make it quick. He would go, "You can call me if you need advice, whatever," almost like a mentor. And I would call him, and he gave me the first taste of like, he goes, "What's going on, Adam Ray?" I go, "So I got this manager right now, and it's kind of," he goes, "Get to the point." He just goes, like, it was kind of a time is money. Like, "I'm here for you, but fucking be concise." And I was like, that shook me to where I was like, man, anytime I do reach out to somebody like that, where I am in need of some sort of, encouragement in a certain direction, it's like, yeah, like just same thing with stand up, right? You want to cut the fat on things.
Yeah, it's like when you asked me to do your podcast again, I was like, get to the point.
You did say that.
No, but that's amazing, by the way.
Wait, so you meet
Austin Butler. Yeah.
I want to hear, aside from Henry, was there somebody before we get to Austin that walked by?
Abraham was huge.
I'm saying that you threw a Hail Mary to that just passed.
No. I mean, one that I wanted to get was Sebastian Stan, who think you know, but he kind of was walking by. But I do an impression of him, and I had a really good question for him prepped. I wanted to be like, first of all, what do you think is larger, the Golden Globe that people might win tonight, or your penis in Pam and Tommy?
What do you think he would have said?
I don't know. But then I was going to do like something. I wanted to do my impression of him talking to the penis. Just like, "Hey, you want to meet him? Hey, look at my penis, dude." Yeah.
It's really good.
"Thank you, dude. Want to meet him, bro?"
Can you do a Pamela Anderson impression?
No. Anyways, I actually had a bit on stage. I was like, "Anybody here see Pam and Tommy?" And I was like, it made me think, if I could talk to my penis, I think it'd be one of two people. It'd be John Mulaney or Timothee Chalamet.
Funny.
It'd be Mulaney when he's erect and excited. "Oh, hello, you son of a bitch. You're going to use me like you've never been used before. I'm like a horse let loose in a hospital. Okay." And then
so
Chalamet
funny.
when he's flaccid and nervous, like, it's such an honor to be next to your testicles. Whoa, I love being next to you. Anyways. Here we are.
So Austin Butler walks by.
Austin Butler, that was the biggest moment of the night because it's his town right now. I mean, I think he's arguably like the hottest actor in Hollywood right now. This award season, he's probably going to win the best actor, the Oscars.
Wow, you think?
I mean, he just won the Golden Globe.
It usually goes that way, doesn't it?
So, and this guy, like, he has people moving him because everyone wants to talk to this guy. He is the man of the moment. It's
You're
his
Elvis.
night. He's Elvis.
He's also really kind of created this aura around himself.
It's amazing. Kind of like, it's almost like it doesn't exist anymore. It's like a classic Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Clooney kind of a vibe. Brad
Totally.
Pitt.
We haven't had, since probably Clooney, because you do get these Timothee Chalamet, Leo still has a mystique around him, but been around for a while. It's like somebody that's kind of new on the scene, but has almost the way Johnny Depp was when he first kind of popped, right? Like where people were like, whoa.
Yeah, he's got it. And he's moving past his people are trying to move him. And then, I mean, it was out of like a dream. I knew he liked some of my videos before, actually, on Instagram.
He liked
so
some.
I knew he'd seen my stuff before.
Isn't it, first of all, crazy that people like that are on Instagram?
I mean, it's wild.
Like when you see the like, you're like, what?
I mean, look, who's the biggest movie star in the world right now? It's The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like the king of Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
So, but anyways, Austin's coming down the carpet and he's making his way. And then within like a second, he looks at me, I look at him, his eyes wide, and he's like, hey, my friend. Like, he like he knew me. And he kind of comes in, he's like, he pulls, I go, hey, it's good to meet you. Great to meet you. Yeah. And
you're from Anaheim, right? What do you sound like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do a thing, and his person was like, we're going to do a picture. And he goes, we're going to go do that, and we're going to have some fun. And then a minute later, he comes back.
Great.
And he's like, I've been so impressed with you. I've been so impressed with you, Matt. And I love watching you with Jeff Goldblum and Rami Malek. And like, he knew my shit. And
Great.
It was just unbelievable. And I was doing hymn to him, and I was singing to Elvis. I was like, if I can dream of a better land where all my brothers go hand in hand, tell me why, oh, why? And he was like,
That's
oh,
amazing,
Baz. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Oh, Baz.
Baz.
Yeah,
And then I interviewed Baz Luhrmann too, and I ended the impression. I always end the Austin Butler impression with going, Baz. And I did it
Is that
too.
something he says or what?
No, I kind of made it up, actually. And he goes, it's pretty fucking good, honestly.
That's so cool. I did watch that clip, and he seemed genuinely like, as did you, like, was really taking a liking to the moment. Like you both were like, he was very flattered, and you were like, I can't believe that you came over to give me this moment.
Yeah, and I think like this, the way I approach the impressions too, like there's a level of like respect, I think, too, in what I'm doing, because like I go for complete vocal and physical accuracy, but then I add my things in there. I'm not doing like some ridiculous caricature. I want to sound exactly like the person.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
What was the Globe Award show like? Did you sit around?
I was in this like press area, and then basically red carpet, like this press area, and then after I was at the main, the red carpet, rather the after party event.
Right. Oh, so you didn't go inside the actual award show?
I got to see it, and like I was around, and I was like right where all the winners come out. I was like right there when they win their award and walk off. Right. And then the after party was just insane. I mean, like I'm standing right there, and I see this Jeremy Allen White, Evan Peters, Jennifer Coolidge, like all in a line getting their globe engraved, and they're all there. Donald Glover's there, Selma Hayek, Heidi Klum, like and I'm just there, and then Anderson Paak is DJing.
Oh my God.
And I'm just there in the middle of it, and I'm just like, it's unbelievable, like what's going on. It's much like doing this podcast with you. But all I'm saying is, when Adam Ray does win a Golden Globe one day, which I like to manifest things, I just want to host the show.
Bro, that would, my man.
Or be presenting and get to present you with the award.
Let's put that out there. And we get to like plan a bit and like make it unexpected, but people will be like, I didn't even know they were friends.
I mean, that would be amazing.
That would be awesome, because the Globes also feels like.
Have you been to one of those?
No.
Okay.
But I think that's the one where people obviously like let loose a little bit more and are like, fucked up, as like Mike White, accepting his speech.
So good.
Was awesome. But
now we're manifesting the Oscars and some other stuff coming up. So
you do that, yeah?
Yeah, that's what we're working on. So
no, but you manifest.
I manifest.
How do you do it? What's your process?
I mean, it sounds kind of like one of those crazy like Hollywood celebrities when I say this shit, but like
not even.
I don't know. Like I was very inspired by this interview with Jim Carrey when I think he was on. I'm sure you've heard this story. Like he was on Oprah or something. He talks about like writing himself a check for $10 million for like $1 million, and believe in like putting what you want out there. And then when I put something out there and I say my goals in like a setting like this, I have no choice but to work my ass off to make sure that it happens.
You're holding yourself accountable.
You can't say you want things and not be working though. Like it's to manifest, but you have to be doing it. Like you have to be hustling and meeting and going to shows and writing and doing stuff. It's not going to happen if you're not hustling harder than anybody else. So that's the one thing that's in my control, which is that I'm willing to work harder than anyone else, except for Adam Ray, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But I believe in that. Yeah.
There is something about like you said, like putting it out there, and then I think every human knows the feeling of whether you acknowledge it or not, knowing if you're doing what it requires to get to what you
100%.
Which is why, like, when you see people that, have young comics, when I was probably 10 years in, which would, want to pick my brain and looking for shortcuts, I could tell. And I could tell from them that they were just not willing. They knew what it required. And then also I, was able to add more to that of like, yeah, you got like, you might have to sacrifice relationships and social life for a little bit and this and that. And to not really have a backup plan, but be willing to always put that first and not have a plan B. And I could see in a few of these kids' eyes that, I don't want to do that. And so either that or they were hearing how much it was going to take. And they were like, I don't know if I have that in me. And it's good to recognize that about yourself if it's not for you, because man, I was just talking about this with a buddy last night, and he was like, God, I don't know how you, and I was like, bro, so quickly as a comic whether you want to do it or not, because that feeling of like, fuck, that bit didn't hit how I wanted. I can't wait to get up tomorrow to do it again.
Yeah.
Versus like, well, if I didn't like that feeling, it's going to be a while before I hit the stage.
Yeah.
You love it though.
I do. And I mean, it's also generationally too. Like I'm Gen Z. We all want everything to come so fast. Like such instant
It'd be
gratification.
great if they did, because
It really would be great, right?
It'd be great because look, slow comers are not my favorite.
But it's like, and the things happening in my career like are happening pretty fast. I think like doing certain things are happening at a.
When it rains, it pours sometimes, and then what you'll see too.
But it's like I'm in it for the long haul though. It's like I'm in this to have like a long career.
Well, you probably wouldn't want like, look, everybody wants it quicker than normal, right? Of course, you're like, I want my own show now.
Yeah,
which is very plausible. But then you'll see in like 2-3 years, let's say for whatever reason that isn't the case, and then it happens in 5 years. You'll look back and go, I am so much more dialed in every aspect of my business and myself.
Like certain things, I agree. Like Howard is an example. If I wanted this to happen 2 years ago, but if the impression wasn't as good 2 years ago, though I didn't know as much about him 2 years ago.
You would have been as comfy in your own skin too, and as savvy to like,
and
to get that call and to pop up and be able to. Maybe you would have been more nervous. Or,
I agree. Timing is everything too. Yeah, absolutely.
Is there something about being in New York? I'm always curious that, do you think the same way you were saying an impression picks you, you don't pick the impression? Does the city feed you the energy to do everything? Like when I see you walking down the street and doing things, like I'm like, you strike me as someone that's like up and out, and you need to be amongst the chaos to kind of get going. Like LA is a little more chill, a little more spread out. Like, does that not appeal to you?
No, it does. I mean, at this point in my life and career, like 24, moving around constantly, like I don't know, I could be wrong because I haven't lived in LA, but I feel like there is a hustle that is unique to New York that you can't do anywhere else, especially as an up and coming comedian. Like, I feel like it's harder to do as many spots in a night anywhere else. I don't know. I mean, is it like?
No, I mean, easy to do 3 to 5 in a night. Yeah.
Okay. In LA.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. But I think just like, there is just like a culture here of like people are out later, like there's things happening like
at all hours of the night. Yeah.
But I mean, I love going to LA. Like, I'm having a lot of fun going in there. And I'm sure I'll spend more time out there when I like have something to film or something like that. I mean, I'm going there tomorrow for like a week, but I'm happy to be here right now.
Have you gotten hit up by any friends or teachers or like saying impersonate me or like starting to pitch you things?
Or just like congrats or whatever?
Congrats, but also like the flip side of like, remember this guy we went to school with? You should totally do an impression of like Ben. Remember he had that weird fart noise? God.
Yeah, my friend Ben actually did say that. Yeah.
It's always a Ben, dude.
It's always.
And he's like, if you call me Benjamin, I'm fucking deleting your number, dude.
And then he farts in your face.
Classic.
People reach out, like not necessarily about an impression, really, but like people like have been reaching out about like, especially like just recent things, like congrats, like people who I haven't talked to in a while. It's fucking crazy.
Folks obsessed with what you're doing. They love the business.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Like I'm lucky to have like very supportive family, like parents.
Yeah, you told me at an early age when you were doing.
They've always known it, but now like, because like what happened was, you know, like I graduated college in the pandemic, and then there was like about 10 months, a year where like everything kind of changed for me, like started to begin changing in about March of last year. I did the Breakout Artist series at Caroline's. I did my first full hour there. And then one of my new agents came to see me, and I started working with a new manager and agency. And then from there, like a lot of stuff started to evolve. And so they're very happy. I mean, like they're amazed, honestly. It's fucking crazy.
Hey guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Well, it's another new year. We made it, 2023. We did it. Congratulations. Hug yourself, touch yourself, so that when you ask yourself who touched you, you know who it was. You got goals, guys, okay? And you want to achieve all of them, every single one of them. And Factor is here to help you do that. So if you're looking to fuel up fast with ready-to-eat, nutritious meals, yikes. You ever just forget how to read? Meals delivered straight to your door, then Factor's the place to go, okay? They leave you time and energy to tackle everything else on your to-do list, so you don't have to worry about where and what you're eating. Achieve and maintain your 2023 goals with Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, and start saving time eating well and living your best life yet. If you love Factor, probably because you're too busy to cook and you don't like going to the grocery store and potentially, running into somebody from your past. And you want to skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Well, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. And all you need is heat and a positive attitude. So whether your lifestyle is keto, calorie smart, vegan, protein plus options are on the menu each week. They're prepared by chefs and approved dietitians, not these unapproved dietitians. And each meal has all the ingredients that you need to feel satisfied all day long. 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options are there for you. Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 36-plus sweets, smoothies, juices, and more satisfying add-ons. Cut back on takeout and get Factor instead, okay? It's ready to make, ready-to-eat food in just 2 minutes. Eating vegan or veggie is a snap with Factor. Each meal is prepared by the chefs that know what you want, and they're excited to give it to you. So head to factormeals.com/lastnight50 and use promo code lastnight50 to get 50% off your first box. That's insane. I didn't know that was the deal until I just read it. That's crazy. 50% off at factormeals.com/lastnight50, and you're going to get 50% off your first box. That's insane, so you got to do it. There's no better deal out there, and no better food as well. Factor.com/aboutlastnight. Oh, wait, /lastnight50. Okay, do that. What's your morning reg like?
I bust one out, watch Adam Ray's podcast.
Dude, thank you so
Or
much.
do I bust it to Adam Ray's podcast?
A dealer's choice.
Yeah.
I never like to tell people
Dealer's choice.
where or how to bust.
I listened to Fly on the Wall with Dana Carvey.
So
and
you wake
David
up and you hit a pod right away.
Yeah, I just hit a pod. Now, I wake up, I work out, although I'm annoyed because I haven't worked out yet today, which is fucking annoying. I hate not
Got to do it every day, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, do you?
Pretty much, yeah.
You're looking great.
Thanks, brother.
So work out, I like to go for like a long walk.
That's the other thing about New York, which I think is cool, is like walking is so underrated.
It's how I get so many ideas, though, too. Like, I'm a hot boy walker, the hot girl walk, I hot boy walk.
How do you mean?
I just my favorite fucking, and I have a bit that I'm working on this, my favorite activity, like, it is just joy, okay? I love being on stage. I love being at the Golden Globes. All this shit is crazy. But there is the best thing in the world is walking through like Soho or something with a nice iced coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to a podcast.
Wow.
I mean, it is. Like,
what time of year? What time of day?
Over the summer West Side Highway walk or a run. I mean, isn't that the greatest?
It sounds like it.
The simple pleasures.
I haven't done it. Yeah.
The simple pleasures, though, it really is the best. I love like a coffee walk.
Well, I've done a whole show about simple pleasures.
Have you?
Well, because there's
love that,
There's
right.
long walks.
We're talking about ass eating, right?
Well,
Robin?
ass eating is another pleasure.
Talk
It's
to
not
me.
as simple though as you
Right.
might think.
We love that.
It's look, prioritize these pleasures.
Right, you got to do that.
Pleasure prioritizing
Fuck.
is some taking a long walk,
Long dump.
licking a big butt,
That's right.
and calling your ex and telling her it's going to be okay. I know we've moved on. I did a bit quicker than you did because you were a filthy cunt. But we all have our crosses to bear, and we all have our bears to cross
Right, I
if
agree.
we're for strangers.
I do. Anyways, walking. So
Wait, so Gerard Carmichael.
Adam Ray's stand-up is much more organized than this podcast.
Gerard Carmichael, this is perfect. Gerard Carmichael
I
used
met
to
him once, actually.
that's a great story. It's fucking wow. Matt just coming in hot with
All
the
right,
fucking
sorry.
dude. Are you selling the movie rights to that tale?
Yeah, exactly.
Gerard used to walk to the Comedy Store, and I saw him walking one day and gave him a lift, and then he was like, I was like, how far? And he's like, oh, about close to an hour to walk to the store. And he goes, I do it to go do the open mic. This shortly, then he got passed to be a paid regular shortly after that, and then just was off and running. But he said the same thing. He loves to walk because he's with his thoughts, no distractions. He knows he has this amount of time. He can take his time, and he's like, dude, I just do my best thinking and writing when I'm in that.
Yeah, I love that. I really do. In LA, when I'm walking, I feel like I'm like a psycho.
Yeah,
I feel like it all feels like the movie I Am Legend with
Yeah.
Will Smith. There's just fucking no one there.
That was a great movie.
You like that reference?
I like the movie better than the reference.
Okay.
What's your favorite Will Smith movie?
I was about to say G.I. Jada, but that wasn't a Will Smith movie. I was trying to
Jada.
tie it back to the Chris Rock thing. Favorite Will Smith movie? Definitely not Hitch. I'll tell you that much. I fucking hated that movie.
Hitch.
Hated Hitch. Hated. You know why? I had very bad food allergies growing up. This allergic reaction scheme really scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, he's got like
I mean, I actually have a bit about this too. I'm like, the show You, there's all this terrible shit that happens. I'm like, you know what it was for me? When there's the forced allergic reaction, I'm like, this is too much. I can't handle this.
That's triggering. Yeah.
But
can you do a Joe impression?
I got to work on Penn Badgley.
I think so. Yeah, I feel like your voice
That's
is in
just
his
who you are, though, outside of the podcast, right?
Well, I think both of our registers are.
You have like a bookstore that you have like a cage, right? I think you told me about that.
Well, I don't like to tell people about. How does he? I mean, the VO with him is. What does he say?
He's crazy.
He is
So
crazy.
good.
So
You met
good.
him? So good, yeah.
I didn't realize too how it's like for me. I got introduced to him from that, but my wife is obsessed with Gossip Girl. And
That's
I guess,
underrated that you're married, by the way.
underrated.
I feel like I'm like shocked for some
Only a
reason.
couple months ago, yeah.
Like, can I say that's
I'm
congratulations?
40.
on
Yeah,
that.
she's 27, crushing it.
That is fantastic, Ryan Robin. That is so great.
Oh my God.
Of course, Adam's doing that, right?
How does Robin respond to
she
the
loves
impression?
that?
Yeah. I'm almost more starstruck of her than Howard because she's just like.
Well, let's talk about that.
Been
Bill
there.
Maher's chiming in. Okay, let's just talk about why you're more starstruck by Robin Quivers than me. Okay, then
good
Howard
Bill Maher.
Stern.
It's a good Bill
Oh,
Maher.
thank you. Okay, Republicans are so wrong. Okay, they're just so wrong about all of it. Sorry. Anyways, I had to do that.
Have you?
You're like, this guy seriously is a psycho.
No, you're perfect.
Yeah, it's
you
fine.
got. Hey, we all are a little cuckoo.
We really are.
And somebody very famous said, "We're never gonna survive if we don't get a little crazy." Who was that?
Your wife?
Seal.
Oh, okay.
Seal the singer.
Seal the singer.
He sang about it. He didn't say
Fun
it.
fact: Adam Ray has that tattooed on his ass cheek.
I love Seal, and I will die on the hill.
Oh my golly.
Who's your favorite band?
My favorite band of all time?
Yeah.
Or
currently.
Currently? Oh my god.
Like, what's your walk jam if you're not
Well, look,
listening?
like I mean, like I kind of sound like a basic bitch, but I love the Beatles. Like, I'm sorry,
Oh, cool.
I do. Like, the Get Back documentary was just insane.
Very cool.
I
It's
actually
also-
was thinking about that too. I was like, the focus that these guys had. I'm thinking, imagine a band doing that now. Peter
Yeah.
Jackson does, but Paul, George, they're all in there making the music, and then George is scrolling through TikTok. Hey, Paul, you got to come here and see what's on the For You page. And all these fucking notifications are going off, and like John's Snapchatting someone. Like, the music would have been terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when I find myself, like this would have
George
been
is
like,
like, if only
no,
you
this
have a
would have
cup.
been like. Here, listen to this. Would have been like this. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary, come to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Oh, your phone's going off.
It's a new avocado recipe I found on Facebook.
Listen to this. Georgia was a man who thought he was a loner.
Turn off Candy Crush, Yoko.
So I'm doing that on stage. I think there's a good kernel there, right? There's not? Okay, great.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay. He's like, stick to the voices.
Who were you singing? Was that Beatles?
I don't even know what I was doing.
Because the Beatles.
So Adam doesn't like the idea.
Your Paul was pretty good.
Thank you very much.
No, not Giamatti.
Fine.
You're McCartney.
Yeah, that's good. And Paul.
There's a fun game. If you can find another Paul to do, there could be a fun like McCartney.
Well, Giamatti's right here.
A McCartney, Giamatti.
Thank you very much.
Who's another famous Paul you could do?
A famous Paul. I have to think about that.
What's your Giamatti? What do you do with Giamatti on stage?
I do Giamatti. I actually have a couple of bits. I'm struggling with the Giamatti impression because I can't separate. I have a hard time separating two of his most iconic characters, John Adams in the HBO miniseries John Adams, and Chuck Rhodes from the show Billions, where he portrays one of New York's most powerful attorneys who is also a sadomasochist. So he gets aroused by intense pain, getting beaten, pistol whipped, choked, spanked in the bedroom, gets him off. Because now I keep thinking of John Adams, second president of the United States, getting really weirdly aroused. So it's just like, oh, Mrs. Adams, hello. Tomorrow we are signing the Declaration of Independence. So you are going to whip my nuts. You are going to pour some candle wax down my back and let it sear. Oh, spank me, choke me, you little bitch. And then I do Giamatti as the Kool-Aid man, because the Kool-Aid man only says 2 words. Oh, yeah? But I feel like Giamatti would really think about the words like a Shakespearean actor.
Yeah.
Like, very well. Very well indeed. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah! Very well.
I would pay
It always
top
explodes.
dollar to see Giamatti in a one-man show playing the Kool-Aid
Well, come
Man.
see me at the Comedy Store. That might be part of my act. Might be too niche, though. I probably won't do that on stage there. Maybe I will. That could be fun, actually.
Dude, go for it. Throw darts. What are we
You're
doing
like,
if we're not
do it.
throwing
Bomb
darts?
on stage.
Yeah, bombs. That's how you get better,
We're
right?
going to bring our best stuff for the comedy people.
If you're trying to crush,
Gavin Newsom. Gavin could be fun.
you should do a Newsom if you're in
Gavin
Cali.
Newsom. California. See what Ron DeSantis is doing? It's not who we are in California.
You're clicking your toe a lot. Is he is that
Yes,
like a
he
part?
does.
Is he like?
I'm running for president. My slogan, yes, we can. Because he basically thinks he's Obama.
Gavin, we already had. He does, right?
Just as Ron DeSantis thinks he's Trump. That's what it is.
Wow.
I'm asking you to believe I am my brother's keeper. He's just like,
That's actually a great
Obama
hook.
is probably my favorite impression, actually, to do. I love doing him.
Give me Obama calling the Cheesecake Factory to see if there's room, if they can change his party of 8 to 10.
Could we do P.F. Chang's instead?
For sure. What's happened with you and Cheesecake Factory? What happened? Did you used to work there?
No, I just want to do P.F. Chang's.
Hilarious.
Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. It is very good to be calling P.F. Chang's.
Yeah. What do you need?
Well, I would like to change my party, not the Democrat Party, but my dinner party to not just 6 people, but 8 people.
Sure.
Because
And what is it under?
at P.F. Chang's, we believe
Well-
that I am my brother's keeper. Thank you so much.
I don't think you don't work here, do
the
you?
Chang's spicy chicken
Yeah.
is one of the great chickens I've ever had.
That's debatable.
I'm asking you to believe. It is the belief that while each of us will pursue our own individual dreams,
And what is the
that
name
I
under?
am my brother's keeper.
Right. I think you already said. What is
Thank
it?
you so much.
Hello?
I would love
What is the name under?
a lettuce wrap.
Oh, I would
Sasha and Malia love the edamame.
I would love to 69
Now,
everyone and
when you
answer.
talk about Bo and the Chang spicy chicken,
Sir, again, who are you?
I'm going to go to the Cheesecake Factory instead.
Cheesecake Factory. That's really good.
I
dude.
appreciate that.
There's 3 different modes to Obama's
Why
voice.
is it out of the
actually.
side of the mouth?
I'll tell you, there's 3 different modes to Obama. There's Obama
We're
when he's
all out of
making a
time. Thanks,
speech.
Matt. Guys,
Okay,
follow
great.
Matt on. No, go. There's 3 Matts. What? There's 3 what? There's 3 what? Give it to me. Give it to me. I just love when people get really excited just to be like, yeah, hold that thought. And when we come back, Matt's going to show you how to make a fun holiday belt. On the top of my cock.
Let's reunite that.
Okay.
So, I understand you like to be tickled sexually. Is that correct,
Oh,
Dr. Phil?
sure. Yeah. I love a good tickle.
Hang on a second. Where do you like to get, if you had to pick where you like to get tickled, where does it get you off sexually, right?
Probably the top of my cock. My pussy, my crack, and my back. We'll be right back. Right? That's how it went.
It's fantastic. Dana Carvey, right? Talk to me.
How much more time? What are we at, Wolf? We got about 7 minutes? We at an hour yet?
Tell me.
It's 17 minutes left on this card, but I got to get started on that.
We're at an hour, yeah?
We can wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Okay, great. This has been a real treat.
It's been awesome. Thanks for having me.
Let me just say this. As a new pal and someone who was a fan to start with, respect. I respect the hustle big time.
Thank you.
And I feel like you're good people that are respectful like you are, and good at reading the room and putting out good. You're just putting out nothing but good content and different stuff, and you're taking chances. And something that I wish I would have done at 24 is more of that, and to be fearless. I feel like that when you're fearless like that, dude, you're just going to getting it quicker than normal. Excitement, that feeling that we all want, I feel like comes quicker, and you get better and you grow faster when you are just like going for it, like you said. So, not that you need any advice, but being 16 years on you in that regard, I feel in a place to be able to make that that assessment and feel like that's only going to behoove you to places that you want to be quicker than normal.
Well, listen.
Does that make sense?
Are you Henry Winklering me right now?
I think you're wonderful. You make me want to stop videotaping the rain to watch you talk, Ticks.
Adam, this has been a joy. Thank you for having me. He's fantastic.
The real
what an
deal.
amazing host.
The real deal. And you'll be in LA next week.
On Monday.
And we'll rip it up there, and we'll try to get a Phil Stern. And guys, comment below. Would you watch a full improvised hour or 90 minutes of Phil and Stern live on stage?
They would do that, right?
Oh my God.
They would die.
We'd have guests on too. That would be great.
You know who we do? We got to get some major people, right? Let's talk about the LA guys.
Oh my
right?
God.
Who would we do?
Bro, Dana would come on in a
Who?
heartbeat.
Tell me who?
Dana.
Oh my God, I would shit
Bro,
my pants.
that's it. You as Stern, me as Phil. He did it for me when I did.
Oh my God.
I did a Dr. Phil live show over the pandemic.
Here's what we got to do. We got to do a video. Let's do one quick thing for him right now. So Dana Carvey, right? So I fucking love Dana, right? Adam, do you like Dana?
Well, I love.
Oh, this is Dr. Phil.
Sorry,
right?
yeah, I love Dana. Dana's
Right.
one of those guys that you see him, you see yourself in him a little bit.
Right.
And you also, it's a guy that you wouldn't mind sharing a hot tub or a sauna with.
I would love to do a hot tub, but you can't pee in there. You get folliculitis. It's a terrible thing.
Well, that
right?
sounds like a made-up disease.
It's fucking me up.
It sounds like a made-up disease. Was it fickleitis?
Right, totally real. Now let me ask you.
I don't think you can say that anymore.
When Dana Carvey does the voices, right? So he does George Bush.
Amazing.
He does these fucking things. Makes me laugh, right, Robin? It fucking fucks me up, Robin.
It's great.
He does this thing, right? He just goes, not gonna do it, but that makes me laugh. He doesn't do that. It's like when Matt Friend does me. He goes, it's fucking me up. I don't do that.
Well, I think fickleitis is a disease that's facing most of our children, but Dana's one of those guys that's immune to controversy.
The best part about this is there's no way Adam's gonna show Dana this, which is fantastic.
I'd rather show Dana the top of my cock.
Hey now.
We'll be right back. Wonderful. Matt Friend, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Say hi on Instagram.